Welcome, folks, to yet another episode of the Rumble. In these days when we are hearing so much of scary news coming out of television, I don't think anybody is watching the fun channels anymore. They're all glued on to this economic business channels, and a whole line of them, giving you bad news from top, left, backs, right, center. So you're like probably terrified. So today I have a guest who might help us understand and unravel what's all this going on. He's Shyam Sekhar, and he's in his own words, he's not just a stockbroker, he's an investment guide, or maybe he's even a man who's understood the market. So I just want to ask him whether he's got any plans to make us, to tell us how we should deal with all this happening. So welcome to the show, Shyam. You know what's going on right now as we speak. And in fact, you've just come back from the stock market, from what I understand. I mean, from your office. So do you see anything for people to be wildly panicky about? Or is it, this is part of life, this ups and downs?
No, there's nothing much to panic really. For the simple reason that at this point in time, there is a shortage of dollars in our country because we need dollars on a continuum, because we keep importing oil and we need a continuous supply of dollars.
Yeah.
And in this supply, we have a gap every month of about $12-13 billion.
Okay.
Which has to be bridged every month.
Yes.
The past few months, because of the way in which our government has been going about doing things, those who are even regularly limiting money have stalled. They think they can get better by holding on.
Oh, then the rupee will crash some more, and then we'll send it.
Yeah. So it's opportunism which has come into play.
All right.
And probably the only way such opportunism will rest if there's a massive swing in the other direction.
Okay.
So that will happen when the pendulum goes to one end and an extreme. It develops enough velocity to come back to the other extreme. Okay. So finally it will come some midway.
But how on earth will it actually, the rupee start to appreciate? What will be the reason for it to firm up and become strong again? Do you see any reason why it should? Or people keep on doing this?
It could be anything, even if the government is able to cut interest rates sometime in the next 30-60 days.
Okay.
If the government is able to swiftly mop up, let's say, sovereign bonds for about, say, 20-30
I have no idea what sovereign bonds are. I don't know if you guys understand, but why don't you tell me what is a sovereign bond?
Basically, the government guarantees the return of money in dollars.
Okay.
It takes money in dollars from outside
and say, I'll give it back to you in dollars.
And say, I'll give you a return which is far higher than the return which their countries offer.
Okay.
So people will be willing to give you money in dollars, and the government...
So it's a trust.
It's an IOU in dollars.
Yeah, but it's full trust only. There's nothing back.
So sovereign guarantee means your country can repay.
Okay.
Yeah, government will get that.
I mean, your country must have the money. It's not a private party paying.
No, country pays.
Okay.
So when the country has the dollars, it's got 2-3 months of breathing space. Suppose you got, let's say you're able to get about $30 billion.
Okay.
You got some breathing space for about 90 days.
Till the repayment cycle starts, until then
you will not have a gap in the next 90 days.
Okay.
And the inflow of so much dollars will basically take the speculators out.
But why are we constantly living beyond our means? Isn't this something that everybody knows? Every woman in a house, every mother or head of the family, or maybe just the lady of the family, knows that she can't spend more than her husband gives her or what she earns. So why are we behaving this profligate, stupid way?
So that's a very strange thing that is peculiar to our country.
Yeah, in a
because
way,
see,
right.
The person who says that you must spend 1,20,000 crores when you don't have it on securing the food of a person who's not really poor.
Okay. The
person who says that you have to give 100 days of wages for a person even if there is no need in that place. So end of the day, this bad economics in this country, strangely, has come.
Do you think it was a well-meaning thing which has gone wrong, or she fundamentally has no clue?
I think it's political opportunism that is masquerading as...
It just drives them into...
It is not an economic ideology. What has happened in the last 10 years is not an economical ideology. Okay. It is political opportunism for which future generations have to pay. And we have to understand that as Indians, that what is being perpetuated on us is basically I spend and you spend and your children pay.
Okay.
So you're taking from them actually, effectively.
So you're handing over to them a debt instead of a legacy.
Correct. That's what the country is doing. You imagine rich people giving debt legacy to their children.
Okay.
But imagine the poor fellow giving the same legacy. It's disastrous actually.
Absolutely. You're right.
Because the quality of life of the child will become only worse if this kind of a legacy is going to be transferred going forward.
That's true. And what are these specific things that we are running up these big overseas bills for? I mean, debts to other people. Purchase of what is driving that into such huge numbers?
See, the last 4 years or 5 years, we bought fertilizer.
Okay.
We never sold the fertilizer to our farmers at market prices.
Okay.
So the farmers have been overusing fertilizer because it is coming cheap.
Okay.
There is a joke or more, I mean it's not a joke, it's actually a fact. Somebody was saying that if for 2 years our farmers don't use urea on the soil, actually there's enough nitrogen.
Okay.
So you don't need
you
to...
fixed all the nitrogen you want and the rest is
You
just
fix more
overdoing.
than that's required.
You're overdoing.
You're not using phosphatic fertilizer. Okay. Because of subsidy, people are just wasting money. And it's all foreign currency. So this has to change basically. So you're spent in dollars where there was no need actually.
Okay, that's one big area. I want to know what the amounts are. How many,
all in lakhs of crores.
Lakhs of crores.
Every year it will be something between 60,000 to 80,000.
So is it what the public keeps on saying? Is these politicians, man, all the time they're making money on kickbacks and this and that. Is that the only thing that drives them, or is there well-meaning intention behind it, and then bad utilization, and then other people getting
see,
like you said, farmers are wasting.
I think the way politicians have run economics, understood economics, is they have followed a Jekyll and Hyde policy in economics.
Okay.
One side, they want to create reforms, they want to create economic development, they want people to come and believe in the country's story, they want people to invest heavily in this country, they want people to take the responsibility of investing for this society's future. That is, they want outsiders.
Okay, you just heard from Shyam that he's got some ideas, particularly when he says that the training that the politician receives in the fields of economics is not good enough for him to understand how to run this country.